The Legacy Award is given to a pioneering African-American entity or individual of the Pittsburgh region that has provided a lasting, positive impact on the African-American community at large. Announcing this year's recipient, Ms. Bev Smith.
And just to give some highlights of Ms. Bev Smith, one of my true favorites, for sure. Bev Smith, appropriately titled the Queen of Nighttime, or excuse me, the Queen of Late Night of Talk, began her television and radio career in 1971 as Pittsburgh's first African-American consumer affairs investigative reporter for WPXI television. Armed with a voice of gold, she took her talents to Whammo Radio Legacy in 1975, where she graced the airwaves with topics that most people were afraid to confront. And she's still doing that today, by the way. As a pioneer in the industry, she has dedicated herself to educating and informing others. Yes, if you heard Bev Smith talk, her show, you definitely got educated. 40 years later, Bev Smith has no intention of slowing down. With over 300 awards under her belt, she still continues to be a pioneer. For the past 5 years, Bev has been selected by Talkers Magazine as one of the most important radio talk show hosts in America. We're not just talking about Pittsburgh here, we're talking about in America. And currently ranks as one of the top 50 in the nation. Please welcome the Queen of Late Night Talk, Ms. Bev Smith.
Hello, this is Bev Smith, host of the syndicated Bev Smith Show, heard nationally, until today that is, live and in living color on the American Urban Radio Networks. As you have probably heard and seen on the internet and heard discussions on other talk shows, our talk show was pulled. The controversy continues. It continues around the question of age, and it continues around the question of gender. But I just wanted to take a few minutes throughout all the controversy to thank my listeners, my fans, my affiliates, and those who have been ringing my phone and those of my staff continuously to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the support that you've given me over the 13 years that we've aired this program. But don't despair. Miss Bev isn't going anywhere. We are currently negotiating to put a show on the air nationally. Until then, keep going to our website, bevsmithtalks.com, so that you can find out where we'll be. Until then, like I always say, stand up, be counted, get involved. Stick with Miss Bev until the next time. God bless and thank you.
Whoa, look at the people. Hello. Hello. God is good. God is good. And let me tell you how good God is. Look at all these people. A couple of years ago, I was invited by this organization, and I thank them so much, to speak. And it was a small room. You remember that, Francine? You remember that? All of you that were there? And I said to them, I said, this room ought to be packed. It ought to be crowded with people who have a responsibility to other people. Give yourselves a hand. This is the fulfillment of a dream. I want to just say to Keith how wonderful it is to be a part of his family. I had him on the show. I did a segment called Ordinary People Who Do Extraordinary Things. And he said that he had given to the people in his community. I'm from Westinghouse. He's from Peabody. We used to whip their behinds all the time. And I let him know Mama can do that now if he don't work out all right. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. But I said to him, I said, you're going to give computers to everyone? And he said, yes. I said, well, where are you going to put them? He said, well, we have a facility called the Pride Center. And I said, well, I tell you what, do you have a reading room? And he said, no. He said that the Carnegie Library bookmobile had been stopped. The funding had dropped. Well, I happen to have about 3,000 books of my own, because I've been in this a long time, and reading is definitely fundamental. And so I said to him, I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'd like to donate some books to the center. And he said, why don't we call it the Bev Smith Reading Room? And in January, we're going to open up the Bev Smith Reading Room where people can come and read the books that I'm going to donate. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Whatever I am, it's because Pittsburgh did what wasn't done. It said a prophet is not honored in his own hometown. That's a lie. Whoever said that lied. Because Pittsburgh has been very, very good to me. And not only that, but this is my hometown where it all began. And I am not through talking. I am not through working. I am not through being on national radio. And pray for me because we have a big deal to announce in a couple of months, a couple of weeks actually. And so I want you to know that we're still going to be doing the same things that we're doing. And next year, we're going to give a conference called The Gathering. And we're going to have a black tea party. Hello, somebody. Because we think they don't know everything. And we think it's time that we stand up and be counted and get involved and come together as a group of people around the issues that concern us. We have a lot of work to do. And so it's not enough for you just to say, I have mine. You have to take care of somebody else because you are not in this world by yourself. And trust in God. I heard Frederick Douglass, who has quite a name to live up to, doesn't he? I heard Frederick Douglass talk about the Spirit of God. If you do not believe in God these days, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because this old world needs nothing but the love of God to survive. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for supporting me. And keep doing it. I need you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bev Smith, as she is not retiring, contrary to popular belief.